Bow. Did that say Bulwark Aeon? Okay. Let me just do a quick lap around in case there's a chest that I haven't seen. Nope. Empyrean Waystone. By this path and no other, reach ye the round of the Undying, walk of the Chosen. The Undying, yeah? It probably would take a group of Undying beings to be able to control this much Nethicite.
Everyone.
Fear not, Princess of Dalmasca. We Occuria have chosen you, and you alone. Ashe and Dalmasca, we see your heart desires power, and power most holy shall we grant. Seek you the Sun Cryst, slumbering star. In tower on distant shore, it dreams. The mother of all Nethicite, the source of its unending power. The Dynast King, his fallow shards, coarse trinkets cut from Sun Cryst's light.
Such power exists?
In times that are long passed away, we sought to save this Ivalice, and chose Raithwall, the Dynast King. He took the sword and cut the Cryst. 3 shards he took from its gilt grasp, and so became the Dynast King. His words and deeds run through your veins.
That's why I was given it, the Sword of Kings.
The treaty held with kings of old is but a memory, cold and still. With you, we now shall treat anew, to cut a run for history's flow. Now take this sword, this treaty blade, Occurian seal, mark of your worth. Cut deep the Cryst, and seize your shards. Wield Dynast King's power. Destroy Venat.
But Venat? Venat's an Occurian, a being like you.
Venat is a heretic. The Nethicite is ours to give to chosen bearer, or to none. The heretic trespassed, and set the rose of knowledge in man's hand. With imitations they profane. It is anathema to us. We give you now the stone and task. Administer judgment. Destroy them all.
Judgment? Destroy them all? The Empire?
The hues ever skew, history's weave. With haste, they move through 2 short lives. Driven to err by base desires. Toward waste, and wasting, on they run. Undying, we Occuria light the path. for wayward sons of man. Oft did we pass judgment on them, so that Ivalice might endure. Eternal, we are history's stewards, to set the course and keep it true. The chosen is our hand, our fist, to let live some and crush the rest. Princess, you have been chosen. Take revenge against those who stole your kingdom. Fulfill your role as savior. Attain to your birthright.
Ashe. What's with these Occuria? What gives them the right to tell you what to do?
Will you take revenge, as they ask?
Huh?
We could not see them, but we heard the Occuria speak. They may be gods, but we are the arbiters of our destiny. Your Highness, I'm against this. The Empire must pay, but destruction?
Does anyone know what happened to Dr. Cid? Wasn't he saying he'd be here?
He should have arrived by now.
And I should have realized by now. He's not coming. He laid out the bait, and we bit. Remember what he said? He wanted Ashe to get the stone. He wanted that all along. That's why he flaunted his Nethicite, and reeled us in with his stories about Vayne, all to bring Ashe to the Occuria.
But wait, if we got a hold of the Nethicite, wouldn't that be bad for the Empire?
Maybe he wants to see what happens when foes with Nethicite collide. That'd be just like Dr. Cid.
I will search out the Sun Cryst.
History is built by our hands. That's his favorite line. He'd never stand by and watch the Occuria's stones shape things. So, he was talking to Venat all along. He wasn't mad at all then, was he?
Wow, that's an interesting revelation. You obtained the Treaty Blade. So things have taken a very interesting spin.
Restore Dalmasca's sovereignty and make our amends with Lady Ashe. It's the only way to avert war.
It is a war of necessity. Your Lady Ashe herself is bent on it. She desires it above all else. She will not rest until her revenge is full wrought.
I fear you misread her intent. She would sooner shun war than embrace it.
You are young, Larsa.
And you presume beyond your ken.
Then let us look closer. Judge Gabranth. I would have you seek after the Lady Ashe and adjudge whether she makes overtures of peace or war. Yours shall be the eyes of the Empire.
And should I espy war, I am to put her to the sword. Is that your wish, Excellency?
It will not come to that, I am sure. I have faith in her, faith in you both. On you, Gabranth, shall I wager all our fortunes?
As you will.
That so sweet a child could be your brother is hard to believe.
Larsa is as he should be.
What's that, Venat? Ah, taken the bait already, have they? Splendid. The Occuria have given the princess her treaty blade.
The gods have chosen their scribe to write history as they deem fit. Yes, and she with fresh Nethicite to aid her.
Bah! To hell with the Occuria and their stones. What good? A power that cannot be harnessed. Baubles best suited for study, no more.
We conquered 2 kingdoms that you might study these baubles.
Oh, I am grateful for the sacrifice. Without it, Manufacted Nethicite would have eluded us. An unrivaled weapon, I warrant you. Tell me, Venat, have I not been an apt pupil?
My counsel did but guide your able hand. Through power of man, the stones did you perfect. Yes. So much accomplished in 6 fleeting years. Man's fervor o'er all obstacles prevailing.
Our lives are much too short. You undying might waste long centuries away, but we, I fear, cannot.
Just so. Had we more time, we might have availed ourselves of more prudent measures.
Your greatest work still lies before you. Not lightly will the Occuria allow you to wrest the reins of history from their grasp, back into the hands of man.
Indeed. What claim does Geren have on history's reins? Seated on throne immortal, rent from time. For your ascendance, Vayne, I offer prayer. May you attain all that which is your due.
Attain it I shall. For too long have my deeds gone unrewarded.
In tower on distant shore dreams the Sun Cryst. Do these words mean aught to you?
Didn't Rethus say he was going to follow some other course? Maybe he found out something that can help.
I'd rather stay out of that Sky Pirate's debt, thank you.
What's wrong with Rethus? I mean, if you can't trust your own kind, who can you trust?
You're an expert on pirating now, are you?
Okay, so that was a very, very important story section that just happened there. So everything's like, these Occuria pretty much came out of nowhere. We got a little indication once we met Dr. Cid of Venat. And obviously once Ashe met with the Occuria, the first thing I was thinking was, yeah, but why did they also choose to help Dr. Cid then, if this was the case? But so it's basically like a renegade like demigod that's helping the humans, but why? I don't know the reason for Venat's betrayal of their own kind. Why is Venat helping Dr. Cid? I don't really know. But when you think about it, if I don't know, is Vayne and Cid's ultimate goal to destroy the Occuria rather than, you know, the whole let's take over the world type thing? So I don't really know who their war is with. Is it with the Occuria, or is it with Ashe, or is it both? Because I mean, it seems like if Ashe really isn't intending on war, Vayne doesn't really care too much about Ashe. So I guess maybe they're trying to get Ashe to get to the Sun Crystal and then use whatever power the Sun Crystal has to destroy the Occuria in order to free humans from, you know, the control of gods, which is something that we've seen on multiple occasions in the Final Fantasy game. So it seems like it's heading in that direction, which is quite interesting. So Vayne seems to have a grander goal than just simply, you know, just having power. In some respects, it's giving power back to the people, but is it really that noble? I'm not so sure. But at first, when they were explaining it, I thought Dr. Cid had totally like his own motive, independent of Vayne. But the fact that they're still working together. I mean, with Venat by his side, does Cid really need Vayne? I don't know. We will have to see. So what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to teleport back out, or am I supposed to... Better go back to Valvenheim. Okay. So I've got to go all the way to the next teleport crystal in order to do anything. So yes, I mean, it is a Final Fantasy game. It was eventually going to come to a whole godlike being and them being in control, and humans kind of being their puppets, the gods shaping reality and history, and people trying to break free of that and all that kind of stuff. It's stuff we've all seen many, many times over the years. But I guess I feel like Ashe might... I mean, could it be a case that ultimately they have a similar goal? Now that Ashe knows what the Occuria are trying to do, could it be the case that she also wants to free humanity from the Occuria? So in some sense, it could be... Ultimately, it could be the case that their goals are aligned, but only one of them can achieve the goal, so only one can win, kind of thing. That could be interesting. Definitely want to see how this plays out. I don't think there's a teleport stone like anywhere in this region. So don't tell me I have to sprint all the way back to the beginning of the game, to the beginning of this entire Occuria section. That is just long-winded. Don't need dispel anymore. Yeah, keep heading up. This guy's just been wandering around, but I can't... It's physically there as well, but I just can't start about with it. It's going down, so I think it's probably the right way. Because I mean, the way it's described so far, it's like Ashe still seems like she's just lusting for power. But surely basically our main protagonist can't be just straight up trying to gain power so she can destroy the Empire. I mean, everyone else seemed to be against it, but Ashe was just like, well, no, I'm gonna go and get this shard. It's up as well, yeah. Yeah, Penelo might as well just die here. Oh wow, we both got hit with it. Great. What are the odds of that? Hasn't happened at all so far.
It cannot end us.
There we go, that's one way to free him of his... What the hell, man? Okay. That was quite funny. So I think it's the case that when someone dies while they're like immobilized or something, you can't bring them back until you leave the area or something, maybe. Yeah. Whatever. Let's keep moving. The fact they've got Hellblaster 3 times in the course of one battle, a bit much. That was Scorpio. Okay, so there's now enemies here. Okay, we're not too far away from Crystal. The fact that they don't let you teleport out of here is a bit rude, I think. Okay, the team is back. Ashe is at level 40, that's a bit much. So yeah, it really does look like I've got to make my way back all the way to the beginning. I'm not going to fight anything here. I really can't be bothered. There we go. Managed to make it back safely in one piece. Even though I did get blinded. Okay, there was that guy. Finally. Yeah, I've got to go all the way down there to get to Redis's place. What could Redis possibly know? I think he used to hang out with Cid, so he probably knows something. But I guess Dr. Cid and Vayne wanted Ashe to get the sword because they knew that the Occuria wouldn't choose them. Because they know what Cid wants to do with Venat, so I think the Occuria truly think that Ashe is driven more by her desire to have power and rule and destroy the Empire than her kind of feelings towards humanity and her people. Lord Redis. The governor expects good behavior from all his guests. In you go.
Ships in the water. Send fishing dories if need be, I care not. Glossair engines are as good to us as sky to a fish. Leave what boats have foundered. I want souls saved, not driftwood. Our armada ran afoul of bad water near the Ridorana Cataract. All engines stopped a sudden. Becalmed. Trouble with a mist thick as death, it seems. Those seas are yacht. I expected airship trouble, not a fleet foundering amidst the waves. Tell me of what happened in Girovegon. From the lay of your eyes, I measure all did not go well. Cid. Was he false, as I feared?
Yes. But we may have caught a glimpse of his true intent. We may now know what it is that Cid searches for.
So the day-affected Nethicite was only a fragment? And these Occuria I know not and care to know even less.
If we strike the Sun Cryst with the Sword of Kings, no new stone may be born. We say the Sun Cryst is the source of all Nethicite's power. If we might break it, the Dusk Shard would be as a thing lifeless. As for the Manufacted Nethicite, who can say?
There is another way. We used the Treaty Blade to cut a new stone from the Cryst. Use that to fight the Dusk Shard and the Manufacted Stones.
Would you like to know the best use of Nethicite? Will or nil, I'll tell you. You pick it up and throw it away.
Either way, we have to find the Sun Cryst first, right? Don't we? Across the sea, and a tower on a distant shore. Read this?
Familiar words, Vaughn. I saw something of the sort written in some documents I chanced upon during my visit to Draklor. The Naldoan Sea, the Ridorana Cataract, and the Pharos Lighthouse. I sent my fleet to fish out the truth behind these words, and caught trouble.
Then proof is ours. This lighthouse on the Naldoan Sea is the tower on the distant shore. The strong mist that becalmed your ships is a grimmer yet clearer sign than any we might hope for. The Sun Cryst is there.
All well and good, but how do we get there? Those seas are in Yacht, as I recall.
Try putting this one in your ship. 'Tis a skystone made to resist Yacht.
More spoils from the Draklor labs, is it? Why not use it yourself?
That's just the thing. My ship's a Bergerben model. It will not work. But should it fit the Strahl, she'll fly in Yacht. Lady Ashe, I would accompany your highness, if you do not object.
I am in your care. But tell me one thing. Why do so much for us?
The Nabudis Deadlands.
Nabudis was your home?
Nay, but a memory forever burned in my heart.
Okay, didn't care to explain too much. I guess his loved one was from there or something. Ah, it is you. Have you heard? Our ship sent to the Pharos have foundered. Thankfully enough, it was just as the fishing skulls came home. We sent him out straight away. Ridorana, the Great Pharos and the Bottomless Cataract. No man of Balvanheim would willingly go there, so oft are we warned as children. But Redis is no man of Balvanheim. There were many against his expedition, but he knew no fear. You make for the Great Pharos? That place is in Yagd, you know. You will not be able to fly there. How little you know, yeah? There you are. The repairs on the Strahl are complete, Kupo. You can leave whenever you want from the aerodrome. Kupo, you've a skystone that can fly in Yagd? I'll put it right in the Strahl then, Kupo. Well, that repair took about 40 hours of gameplay. Ah, that's a spot of good fortune. That new skystone should ease your journey considerably. Now, you know the way? The Pharos, that tower on a distant shore, stands on an island at the Ridorana Cataract, in the Yacht Naldoa southeast of here. So difficult to read. Take care. Okay, my friends, I think this is a good time to have a pause, have a break, because there's still a lot to do. So there I was when I first entered Girovagan thinking, could this be like the final area? It's not even close, so there's still a lot of work to do. But it's like I said, it's going to turn into, obviously this whole thing, I think they've overestimated Ashe's desire for power. I mean, I think we all know that she's not going to get the Sun Crystal and just use it to destroy everything. Surely that's not going to happen. She'll probably destroy the Sun Cryst, which will get rid of the power of all of the stones that come from it, and then from there it's going to be probably us versus Cid and those guys, and then after we defeat them it's probably going to be us against the Occuria. Surely the Occuria's got to be like the final frontier here, because it's always man versus either demigods or just straight up gods. So we will see what happens. In the next session I will head towards this place and see what we can do. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.